On August 14, 2024, a date that would forever be etched in the memory of the small Swiss village nestled high in the Alps. The morning air was crisp and clean, carrying the scent of pine and wildflowers, a typical summer day in this idyllic corner of the world. The peaceful Swiss village of Bircher awoke not to the gentle sounds of cowbells and birdsong, but to a cataclysmic roar that echoed through the mountain valley. Disaster had arrived, uninvited and unforeseen. The Birch Glacier, a majestic river of ice that had stood sentinel over the village for centuries, once a symbol of stability and a source of pride for the community, was about to unleash its fury. Suddenly collapsed, a fracture, a groan, and then a deafening roar as the ancient ice gave way. Millions of tons of ice and rock, a colossal mass of frozen history, thundered down the mountain with unstoppable force, a terrifying display of nature's power. The avalanche obliterated everything in its path. Trees snapped like twigs, buildings crumbled under the immense pressure, and the landscape was irrevocably altered in a matter of moments, transforming a tranquil valley, once a picture of serenity and natural beauty, into a scene of utter devastation, a stark reminder of the fragility of life in the face of nature's wrath. This was not just a freak event, an isolated incident of natural disaster, but a warning, a sign of a deeper, more pervasive threat looming over the world. A direct result of decades of relentlessly warming temperatures, a consequence of human activity that had slowly, insidiously, been destabilizing the very foundations of the natural world, undermining the glacier's foundations, weakening its structure, and ultimately leading to its catastrophic collapse, a chain reaction triggered by a changing climate. The tragedy shocked the world, capturing headlines and sparking conversations across continents, a stark reminder of the interconnectedness of our planet and the far-reaching consequences of environmental change, making climate change's dangers painfully real for all who watched, forcing a global reckoning with the urgent need for action and a fundamental shift in our relationship with the environment. No longer could melting glaciers be dismissed as distant or abstract scientific phenomena, relegated to the realm of academic debate. The consequences were now visible, tangible, and devastatingly real. The collapse brought the crisis home, transforming it from an abstract concept into a lived reality, a threat that could no longer be ignored or downplayed. The ice that shaped these landscapes for millennia, carving valleys and sculpting mountains, a testament to the power and enduring nature of the natural world, now threatened the very people who lived beneath it, the communities that had relied on its presence for generations, their lives and livelihoods inextricably linked to the fate of the ice. Though Bircher's story is fictional, a narrative created to illustrate a larger point, it mirrors a growing threat faced by mountain communities everywhere, from the Andes to the Himalayas, communities that are on the front lines of climate change, bearing the brunt of its devastating impacts. The fate of Bircher is a wake-up call for us all, a stark reminder that the time for complacency is over, and that urgent action is needed to protect our planet and the communities that call it home. Glaciers are not just frozen water. They are complex and dynamic systems. These colossal formations hold secrets of our planet's past and play a crucial role in shaping its future. They are living rivers of ice, constantly in motion, albeit at a pace that often escapes our immediate perception. Witnessing a glacier's slow, deliberate flow is like observing time itself unfold. These icy behemoths are born from centuries of snowfall, each snowflake contributing to a growing mass that, under immense pressure, transforms into dense, crystalline ice. The blue hues you see are a result of the ice absorbing all colors of the spectrum except blue, which is scattered back to our eyes. These giants slowly carve valleys, sculpting the landscape over millennia. Their immense weight and grinding power leave behind distinctive U-shaped valleys, a testament to their formidable presence, and shape mountains, their relentless erosion shaping jagged peaks and smoothing once sharp ridges. The alpine landscapes we admire today are, in many ways, the handiwork of these icy sculptors. Acting as the planet's freshwater reservoirs, glaciers store a significant portion of the Earth's fresh water, a vital resource for life as we know it. They are frozen assets, slowly released over time. Each spring and summer, their meltwater sustains rivers, providing a crucial source of water for ecosystems and human populations alike. These glacial rivers are lifelines, connecting the high mountains to the lowlands. Ecosystems, supporting a diverse array of plant and animal life adapted to the unique conditions near these icy giants. From hardy alpine flowers to resilient mountain creatures, glaciers play a vital role in maintaining biodiversity, and millions of people downstream relying on glacial meltwater for drinking, agriculture, and industry. These communities are intrinsically linked to the health and stability of the glaciers that feed their rivers. Glaciers also help cool the planet by reflecting sunlight, bouncing solar radiation back into space and helping to regulate global temperatures. This albedo effect is a crucial component of the Earth's climate system, a vital part of Earth's natural thermostat, helping to maintain a stable climate for all life on the planet. Their bright surfaces act as mirrors, reflecting away the sun's energy and preventing excessive warming. Their icy surfaces support unique life forms, including specialized bacteria, algae, and invertebrates that thrive in these extreme environments. These organisms play a crucial role in the glacier's ecosystem and enrich downstream habitats with nutrients, as glacial meltwater carries minerals and organic matter that fertilize the soil and support plant growth. This nutrient-rich water sustains vibrant ecosystems in the valleys below. For generations, glaciers have inspired awe, captivating us with their majestic beauty and reminding us of the power and grandeur of nature. They are a source of wonder and inspiration for people around the world, and provided for mountain communities, offering a source of water, sustenance, and cultural identity for those who live in their shadow. These communities have developed a deep connection to the glaciers and rely on them for their livelihoods. But their apparent permanence is an illusion. These seemingly immovable giants are, in fact, quite vulnerable to changes in the Earth's climate. They are acutely sensitive to rising temperatures, reacting rapidly to even small increases in global average temperatures. Their fate is inextricably linked to the choices we make about our energy consumption and greenhouse gas emissions. As the climate warms, glaciers lose more ice than they gain, disrupting the delicate balance that has sustained them for millennia. This imbalance is a clear indication of the profound impact of human activities on the planet, shrinking and destabilizing, becoming increasingly prone to melting, calving, and even collapse. The consequences of this destabilization can be far-reaching, affecting water resources, sea levels, and global climate patterns. Their retreat is a visible sign of a planet in flux, a stark reminder of the urgent need to address climate change and protect these precious resources. The exposed rock left behind tells a story of loss and transformation. The health of glaciers is a barometer for the health of the Earth itself, a critical indicator of the overall well-being of our planet and a call to action to safeguard their future. Their fate is our fate. Glacier collapse, a dramatic and often catastrophic event, like at Birch Glacier in Switzerland, is a stark reminder of the powerful forces at play in our changing world. These collapses are not just natural occurrences. They are increasingly driven by climate change, a phenomenon that's rapidly altering the stability of these icy giants. The consequences of these collapses can be devastating, impacting both the environment and human populations. Warmer air causes more surface melting, creating pools and streams on the glacier's surface. This seemingly harmless water plays a critical role in destabilizing the entire structure, and meltwater seeps deep into the glacier, finding its way through cracks and crevasses, penetrating further and further into the ice. This water eventually reaches the base, lubricating its base, acting as a slippery layer between the ice and the bedrock below. This lubrication dramatically reduces friction, making it slide faster and increasing the risk of sudden and catastrophic collapses. The speed of glacial movement is directly linked to the amount of meltwater present at its base. Rising temperatures soften the ice, weakening its structural integrity and making it more vulnerable to external forces. This softened ice is more prone to cracking and breaking apart, leading to the formation of deep crevasses and unstable ice formations. Calving, where huge chunks of ice break off, is a natural process, but it's being accelerated by climate change. These calving events can happen suddenly without much warning, posing a significant threat to nearby communities and infrastructure. This is especially true on steep slopes where gravity exacerbates the instability. The presence of meltwater lakes at the base of glaciers further compounds the problem, as ice chunks calve directly into these lakes, triggering potentially dangerous waves and surges. Another hidden danger is thawing permafrost, the permanently frozen ground that underlies many mountain regions. This permafrost once held mountainsides together, providing crucial stability to the slopes above. As permafrost melts, it weakens the ground, reducing its ability to support the weight of the overlying rock and ice. As a result, slopes become unstable, increasing the risk of landslides and rockfalls. These unstable slopes can then trigger landslides, sending massive amounts of rock and debris cascading down the mountainside. These landslides can further destabilize glaciers, impacting their structure and accelerating their decline. Scientists are seeing more frequent and intense glacier activity and are working tirelessly to understand the underlying mechanisms. They're observing larger glacier collapses than ever before, a clear indication of the escalating crisis. This is not a natural cycle, a normal fluctuation in the Earth's climate. It's a rapid, human-driven unraveling of a delicate balance, a direct consequence of our actions. The warming climate, fueled by greenhouse gas emissions, is turning once majestic glaciers, symbols of strength and resilience, into hazards, posing a threat to both the environment and human lives. Understanding these changes, the processes driving glacier collapse, is crucial for our safety and future, allowing us to mitigate the risks and adapt to a changing world. The Birch Glacier collapse echoes real events across the European Alps, where glaciers are retreating at twice the global average rate. The Lötschental Glacier, the Alps' largest, is shrinking rapidly, threatening water supplies and mountain stability. In 2022, a deadly ice collapse on Italy's Marmolada Glacier killed 11 climbers, triggered by record heat and meltwater. Glaciers like Mer de Glace in France are also vanishing, exposing unstable valley walls and increasing rockfalls. Scientists use satellites and sensors to monitor these changes, finding accelerated melt and rising risks. The Alps' shrinking glaciers threaten agriculture, hydropower, and Europe's water security. The message is clear: the continent's icy heart is in crisis. In the Andes, tropical glaciers are disappearing even faster, putting millions at risk. Peru, with most of the world's tropical glaciers, faces severe water shortages as glaciers feeding cities like Lima vanish. The loss is not just physical, it's cultural and economic for mountain communities. Melting glaciers also create unstable lakes, leading to deadly outburst floods. Scientists like Dr. Lonnie Thompson warn that these glaciers are melting at rates far beyond natural variability. As they vanish, we lose both vital water sources and irreplaceable climate records. The Andes' anguish is a stark reminder of our dependence on these frozen sentinels. The Himalayas, the third pole, hold the world's largest store of ice outside the polar regions. Their glaciers feed rivers that support nearly 2 billion people across Asia. But Himalayan glaciers are melting twice as fast as before, threatening water supplies and increasing flood risks. New glacial lakes and landslides are becoming common, with disasters like the 2021 Kamoli flood in India highlighting the dangers. Even with limited warming, a third of Himalayan glaciers could vanish by 2100. Unchecked emissions could erase two-thirds. The stakes are enormous for people and ecosystems across the region. Scientists warn, the Himalayas' rapid changes demand urgent adaptation. The race to understand and respond is on. Changes in Antarctica and Greenland's ice sheets have global consequences. Antarctica holds 90% of the world's ice. Even small losses raise sea levels worldwide. The West Antarctic ice sheet is especially vulnerable, with glaciers like Thwaites and Pine Island melting rapidly from below. As ice shelves thin and collapse, glaciers flow faster into the sea, accelerating sea level rise. The 2002 collapse of the Larsen B ice shelf was a dramatic warning of what's possible. Scientists monitor these changes closely, knowing the fate of coastal cities depends on distant ice. Antarctica's melt affects ocean currents and weather patterns globally. Its warnings must not be ignored. Climate scientists agree. Glacier melt is a direct result of human-driven warming. Greenhouse gases from fossil fuels and deforestation have raised global temperatures, with polar and mountain regions warming fastest. Glaciers are sensitive indicators. Ice melts at 0 degrees, and more frequent warmth means more melt. Dr. Michael Zemp notes that nearly all monitored glaciers are shrinking, based on decades of data. Thawing permafrost destabilizes mountains, increasing landslides and debris flows. Dr. Jeanette Knotzley explains that melting permafrost acts like losing the glue that holds mountains together. Changes in precipitation, more rain, less snow, also speed up glacier loss. The science is clear. Earth's frozen realm is transforming rapidly. Scientists' warnings are urgent and data-driven. The consequences for people and the planet are profound. The world's glaciers are melting, threatening lives, water supplies, and entire ecosystems. Mountain communities face landslides and floods. Coastal cities face rising seas. If warming continues, iconic glaciers will vanish, rivers will dwindle, and millions will be at risk. But there is hope. Science shows us the way forward. Shifting to renewable energy, protecting forests, and using land wisely can slow the crisis. International agreements like the Paris Accord matter, but real change depends on all of us. Glaciers are not just scenery, they are vital to our survival. Their fate is our fate. The melting ice is a call to urgent action. The time to protect our planet is now.